So as we slowly are meandering through the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, the 196 verses that really describes the yoga practice, the Raja Yoga. So that is, Raja means king. We have it in Ekapada Rashaka Uttanasana, the one-legged king pigeon pose. This is where we have the 8 limbs that takes us both through the moral and personal observations, the asanas, the breathing, to the meditation, to samadhi, to freedom. Hatha yoga is 4 parts of the yoga. It is the asana, it is a pranayama, it is the mudras and the bandhas, and then it is samadhi. So it's sort of half the practice. So we get a little bit more guideline with Patanjali than we do in the Yoga Hatha Pradipika. The Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and there are different numbers out there, but most will say it's at least 2,500 years old. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which gives us very succinct guidelines on the yoga practice, was written sometimes in the 15th century. So not nearly as old. So it's sort of like a more practical application. I like Patanjali's because it really pulls the curtain back, not just on what to do, but also on why we are doing what we are doing. So he talks about in Sutra 115 and 116, because 114 you all know, for the yoga practice to be a benefit, we must practice for a long period of time with dedication and regularly. But then he goes into 15 and says the yoga practice, for us to also receive the benefits, we have to practice non-attachment. And we have to, that's what I'm looking for there, non-attachment and study, or the practice. And of those two, the practice is the main one of those. When we say non-attachment in yoga, it is not the notion of not caring. It is simply a notion of colorlessness, where we are part of the experience. We're not indifferent to them in any way, but the gunas, G-U-N-A-S, is where we put color on the experience. I like it. I don't like it. That's a guna. There are 3 types of gunas. There are sattvic, centered, balanced, ease. And the entire yoga practice is to bring us into a state of ease. Swing to one side and you are in the rajasic. This is activity, this is heat, this is anxiety, chaos, all of those things. Too much, a lot of movement. A tornado is a lot of rajasic energy. Move opposite, you have tamasic energy. That is inactivity, inertia. It is lethargy, it is depression. So when we come to understand these 2 states, I should say drought is inertia, that is a tamasic. So everything can be brought to center, but you don't use the same things for everything. It all depends on what state you are in. And this is one of the things that I use when I work with you privately in particular. When we're in a class situation, it's a little tougher to sort out who is rajasic and who is tamasic. If you are rajasic, you don't need a lot of further movement, maybe a little bit, but everything is already going like this. And for you to come back to state of mind, you need no grounding poses. But you're feeling a little lethargic. We need to get a little movement going to bring the energies up. So that's how we use the asana practice to balance. So as you now sit on your asana in a comfortable seat, the physical body Now just sense. Sense where your body is touching the floor, first of all. So there is sensation. Sense your skin. Sense the sensation of your clothing, maybe your hair. Those are all externals. Bring your awareness inward. In your physical body, is there a sense of sattva, of ease and lightness? Or is there more a sense of, can we get up and go? For God's sake, I gotta move. Or is there more of a sense of, I am so tired, I could sit here and go to sleep? What is the inner sense right now? That's your guna in your body. Your mind may be opposite. So sense your mind. Is it raring to go? Is this thought tumbling on top of thought? Rajasic. Or is it at ease, just quiet and alert? Or is it sleepy? Simply becoming aware of how we feel is where we begin to create the change that we desire for wellness. As Patanjali once said, we all want the same thing, not Patanjali, that was Iyengar, we all want to be happy. It is that easy. So the breathing practice that I like to use for balance is Nadi Shodhana. Last week we practiced Viloma, the against the grain breathing practice. This is sometimes called the Anuloma Viloma, but we'll call it Nadi Shodhana for short. Nadis are your nostrils. We have 72,000 nadis in our bodies. These are nerve pathways. And when we use this breathing practice, we really do look to bring the breath into balance, the nervous system into a sattvic state. Let your right hand as your user, so now I'm going to use my hand. You can use your left. There's nothing that says that you can't use your left. I think it's just traditional to use the right. You'll bend your index finger and ring finger down, and then take and cross the ring finger over the pinky finger. So I kind of have these pinchers. And sitting up tall with the chest lifted. Bring your left hand to face up and simply take your thumb and your index finger together. We often call this Jhana Mudra. It is also the mudra for Viagra, this colorlessness of a sattvic state. So simply the thumb and the index finger comes together. Let it rest on your thigh. And then it will close the right nostril with the thumb. And you'll inhale through the left, close the left, exhale, and inhale through the right, close the right, exhale, and inhale through the left, close the left, move to the right, exhale, and inhale, closing, left side, exhale, inhale, switch, right side, and then as you come to the left, you'll exhale, release the hand down, and just breathe normally. So this was a very short round. How long can you do it? For as long as you want to. Always start slow. With any pranayama, if you begin to feel short of breath, or that you are rushing, or you can't breathe, whatever it is, if you become uncomfortable, stop. Just stop. because now you are adding harm. There's no benefit at that point, just the opposite. There is a risk of great discomfort. So as a practitioner, be aware of that. I think Americans and Westerners in general, we're thinking no pain, no gain. So if I'm working really hard, I should be uncomfortable. Yoga does not work that way. If you become uncomfortable, you're at risk of hurting yourself. We're going to do one more round. Now your left hand is your counter. So I'm going to let you use your left hand this time. I'm going to come all the way up to the camera because it's a very nifty little system. So the thumb, start at the first little groove with the index finger. Each time you return to the left side, you move the thumb down a line. And then you move it down a line so you know exactly how many you've done. Hop to the next finger. So I just zigzag my way down and across. We will go for 9 rounds. We did 6 before. So this is 3 fingers. If you get lost, don't worry about it. Don't get irritated. Don't think, oh my God, I'm going to die. It's fine. I will call you out anyway. So if you get confused on the fingers, because it takes a little bit of practice to do that, don't worry about it. Just continues to switch from side to side. One thing I'm going to ask you to observe as we go again. When we sit, and this happens to all of us, we start our sitting very tall and very great, but this hand just kind of becomes a weight, and suddenly we're sitting down here. So notice when you begin to sag forward, maintaining the height and as best as you can, maintaining the elbow lifted. You can sit with your elbow on a chair or blocks or a tabletop. It's perfectly fine. What you don't want is this. But, you know, that really only becomes a problem if we do 108. So with that said, let's go again. You got your counter ready. Vishnu Mudra, index finger and middle finger down. When you are ready, we'll close the right. Breathing in. Close the left. Exhale and inhale. Closing. Exhaling and inhaling. Closing. Now I'm going to be quiet as you breathe. This next time you come to the left side, that be the last exhalation. And then you'll inhale through both nostrils. Noticing. What's the quality of your mind now? Is it rajasic, busy? Is it lethargic? Or is it calm and alert? I know. And this is a wonderful breathing practice. One of my students, who is a counselor, he said they will use this with when people are having a panic attack. And I can see it working. Then, though, as a yoga therapist, I would say for a panic attack, we know that the left nostril is the cool, the moon, the right is the hot, the sun. So here we have the Rajasic and the Tamasic again. If you're having, or know somebody's having a panic attack, you would have them breathe in through the left and out through the right only. You want to bring in the cool and out with the hot. Somebody's really angry, breathe in through the left, out through the right. Does that make sense how I said that? We're bringing in the energy that we are lacking to bring balance to the system. With that said, let's come on to our back body. And as the asana practice this week is all things hips, pelvis, and low back. So coming onto your back body, and we will ponder the elements of the pelvis, second chakra, which is water. And then of course we have the lower abdomen, third chakra, and that is fire. So we have cool and hot, fluidity and spice. Taking the legs out long. Let's inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhaling, let's hug the right knee in, lifting chin to chest. Inhale, take the leg up to the side. Let's take it across. Inhaling back to center. Press up through the heel. Exhale, let's hug the knee back in and stretch out. Exhaling, left side. Inhaling, we take the leg to the side. Let's take it across for the twist. Inhaling back to center. Interlace the fingers behind, press up through the heel. Exhale, hugging the knee back in. And inhale, full body stretch. Right side again, exhaling, drawing in. And inhale to the side. Exhaling across, twisting. So now, right arm is out to the side. And we are back at center. Press up through the heel. Exhale, hugging the knee in. Full body stretch again. Left side, hugging in. Take the knee to the side. Exhaling across for the twist. Back at center, press up through the heel. Exhale, chin to chest, knee in, and full body stretch. One more round. Exhale, hugging in. I'm just taking a peek at y'all. Inhale, knee out to the side, so right knee goes to the side. Then taking it across, guiding it with the hand. And then we come back to center, hands behind the thigh, press up through the heel. And then hug the knee back in and full body stretch. Left side leads. Exhale, draw the left knee in. And then take the left knee to the left side. Exhale, cross it over. Inhaling the knee back to center. Hold the hands behind the leg. Press up through the heel. And exhale, hug the knee back in. And inhale, full body stretch. And then exhale, take your hands down alongside the hips. And just pause. We'll have a little mini shavasana of pausing, sensing. What did this movement do in terms of energy in the body and in the mind? Now from here, bending up the knees, placing your right ankle across the left knee. That's what I'm trying to say. Right ankle across the left knee. And then here, we're just going to play a little bit with this. Draw your right knee away from the right shoulder. Not using your hand, just muscles. And then just relax. Let's draw the knee away again, keeping your pelvis still as you do so. So my right knee, like a little wing nut out there to the side, is just moving up towards the shoulder and down. Now I'm going to hold it in the furthest away position. I'll take a breath in, and as I exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then just inhale, put the foot back down again. Exhale, draw the knee in, and take the foot back down. Moving with your breath, keeping your pelvis still. So this is a hip movement mainly. Now next time you draw the left knee in, straightening the leg to the sky, point the toes to the sky. And then bend the knee, bend the ankle. We're going to lower the foot back down again. Draw the knee in as you exhale. Inhale, straighten the leg to the sky. Point the toes. Exhale. Flex ankle and knee. Place the foot back down again. Breath in for nothing. One more time. Exhaling. Draw the knee in. Straighten the leg. Point the toes. Exhaling. Plant the foot back down. Now as you inhale, press the foot down and lift the hip. One-legged bridge pose. Exhaling, lower back down. Draw the knee in. Straightening the leg. Exhale, release the foot down to the floor. Inhale, lifting the hip. Exhale, lowering down. So we have an extra in-breath here. You can pause as you breathe in. It makes more sense to me to draw the knee in on the exhalation and then straighten the leg on the in-breath. But if it feels better to you to do it on the in-breath, you can certainly do that. You lower the foot down, lift the hips. Now, as you lift the hips this time, we're going to stay up. And as you stay up, don't let your right hip drag down. So that needs a little extra lift to draw up. One more breath. And then slowly lowering down. Release the right leg. And pause. So let's take just a little check, straightening out the legs. So we asked one side to do a lot of work, while the other one was sort of on vacation. So creating stability around the hips. I think we should do the other side. Let's place the left ankle across the right knee. Flex the right ankle. And then again, start by drawing just the knee away from the shoulder. And then letting that action relax. Hold the knee away. And keeping the pelvis still. There's not a lot of tuggling in the pelvis as you move the knee away. This is purely a muscular event using the piriformis, gluteus medius in particular. Let's do it one more time. Knee draws away. And now let's pull right knee in and simply lowering it back down again. Exhale, knee comes in and lowering down. So keep your low back a little flat so that as there's real stillness around the spine and the pelvis. Next time you're drawing in, take the leg up, point the toes. And exhale, flex, bring the foot back down. Exhale, draw the knee in, point the toes. Exhale, take the foot down, lower the foot. We'll do that one more time. I know your mind is already saying, oh crap, we gotta do that bridge thing. We're not there yet, so enjoy this part without it getting all scary. We go forward instead of staying in the present moment. So next time you got the foot down, we are ready. And you'll realize it wasn't nearly as bad as you thought it was going to be. Lift the hip, exhale, lowering down. On the next out breath, draw the knee in, straighten the leg, point the toes. And we just added that little one-legged bridge to this flow. So both flexibility, but also strength around the hip joint. Drawing in, straight and point. Flex, bend, down, lift. I think this is our keeper. So lifting the hips. And again, taking care that you're pulling the left hip up with the right. Lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. One more breath. And lowering down. Release. Take a deep breath in and out. So we know in between these one-sided events, we want to do something that balances across. So bridge is a wonderful opportunity. Arms down alongside. And let's inhale and arch the low back. Exhale, flatten the low back. Draw the pelvic floor up. It's an all girls class tonight. So Mula Bandha, inhaling up. And then exhale, slowly release down, vertebra by vertebra. Once you're all the way down, everything pulls, everything goes. And then on the next in-breath, let's arch again. Exhale, flattening. Inhale, pressing up. And again, coming down, vertebra by vertebra. Everything pulls. One more time, inhaling, arch. Exhale, flattening. And now pushing up. Four corners of the feet, back of the shoulders. Maybe roll the shoulders under, not down but under, and interlace the fingers. Or grab onto the mat. The four corners of this pose, the shoulders and the feet, is where we want to distribute the weight. So not the back of the head. No, our elbows are straight, arms are long. And then we settle in. Let the mind be calm. The body is working, I know. But the mind is in Shavasana. Mind is in Shavasana. Steady breath. Steady pose. Steady breath. Steady pose. Let's see if we can add a little bit of jet fuel. Lift the heels. Can we get a little bit more height? Gently draw the heels down. 3 more breaths. And then on that third exhalation, release the hands and come down vertebra by vertebra. So as you bring the feet onto the mat, let everything cool. Belly breath. And now let's draw the knees in. Rock from side to side. So if we draw the knees in super quick, right after a back bend, we can move into a spasm. So first we want the muscles to release from the back bend into neutral. And now we're moving the spine in the opposite direction. Take the hands behind the knee. So either rolling, spinal rolling. If this is not a good choice for your back today, you'll roll over onto one side and come up into tabletop, which is where we'll all meet up. But spinal rolling is really good for your back, unless it isn't. So trust your inner guidance. I'm going to roll over my feet and back it up. So in tabletop, really solid in the hands. Spreading the fingers wide, straightening the elbows. And then cat and cow. Rounding as you exhale, head hangs. And then inhale, arch the spine, lengthen the front seam. Stretch the chin by giving yourself a little underbite. And exhale, rounding again. Back and forth. Next time you're round, let's draw that one back to child's pose. Inhaling up again. Cow. And exhale, draw back to child's pose. One more time in cow pose. Tuck the toes, exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, knees down, we're back in cow, our arcs, and exhale, child's pose. Again, inhale, cow, exhale, dog, inhaling, cow, exhaling, child's. And one more time, we come through cow, and then to neutral. So in neutral, pressing again, both hands down. If this bothers your wrist, take the hands out, maybe further in front. Use blocks that we've talked about before so that if it's the thumb that's irritating, or come on to the forearms, also an option. You're going to take the right leg straight back. Take the right leg straight back. Keep drawing the belly button to the spine. Take the knee to the same side, lines up with your left knee, and then lift it up to the side. Fire hydrant pose. Lower down. And again, lift the knee. Drawing it down. So we're just doing fire hydrants. Lifting the knee out to the side. We're just having a very cyclic mind. But our right hip is getting a little bit of a workout. I know. All right, next time, let's just hold it up. Hold it up. Breathing, holding. breathing, holding, and take the leg down. Draw back to child's pose. Give your arms a rest. Give the neck a rest. So bring the breath into the back body. Everything pulls. And then on the next in-breath, we come up again. Yes, we must. Belly button to the spine. This time we take the left leg back. So as you draw the left leg back, lifting up, belly button onto the spine. We bend it, we take it down so it hangs right next to the right, and then we lift and lower. Lifting and lowering. Move with your breath, move in a way that's comfortable. How high you go, that's your choice. How fast you move, it's also your choice. Keep the breath. This is our keeper. Breathing, but hold the pose. Steady breath. Both hands presses down. Breathe. And lowering down. I know. Let's round back again. And then inhaling. One more cow. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Now bending the knees deeply. And then draw the hips back. Draw the hips back. And anytime you need to come down and rest, come down and rest. With the knees bent. Slowly straighten the right leg. Keep the pelvis still. Bending. And then left leg. Inhale, bend the left. One more time. Right knee straightens. Left bends again on the right. And then left. Bends. Straighten both legs. Both legs. Belly button to the spine. Steady breath. Steady breath. And then looking up as you breathe in. Let's walk. Feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet. Inhale, lengthen the front spine, and the knees can be bent, no problem. Let's take the hands to the hips, spike the heels down, and press all the way up. Whew. And here we are. Pelvis. This amazing piece of equipment that connects our legs to our upper body. So you have a pelvic bowl. I'll stand from the side. And with the fingers touching the front hip, pelvis point, and then on the back. Notice if your back points are higher than the front, are you like spilling your chi out of your bowl, pulling the front hip points up, and you feel the lower abdomen engaging to do so. And you come a little bit firmer into the heels. Notice if you again droop forward, and I'm exaggerating, but if our hip flexors are tight, if we sit down a lot, this is one of the things that happens. But we may also have a tendency, if you can all see me, to be front riders, I call this, where the hip flexors are actually overstretched and very weak here. So too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So find that place where you are really able to bury down into the heels, burying down into the heels, but with a sense of lift, both from the pelvic floor and lower abdomen, in and up, in and up. So creating a very strong and grounded stance, whether the feet are parallel, they are parallel, together or hip width apart, that you decide. So you want to be comfortable, but weight in the heel. Mountain pose is Sattvic, supposedly. But if you stand in mountain pose and you feel very fidgety, very unbalanced, then it is Rajasic. So what might be causing it to be Rajasic? Where is there a strain? Now playing with this stillness of mountain pose with Baxter. So stepping the feet now all the way together. So we did Baxter laying down. It's a great sequence to do standing because practice balance. We inhale, take the arms out and up. Now exhale, hug the right knee up. Inhale, take the right knee to the side. And exhale, switch hands and draw into a twist. Exhaling, clasp the hands behind the thigh. Press out for the hamstring. And exhale, hugging in again. And inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, back down to Tadasana. If your balance is really chatty, you can stand with your back, maybe not against a wall, but pretty close to a wall. So if you feel that you are going to topple over, you have the wall right behind you. Let's do the left side leads. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhaling, hug left knee in. Inhale, we take the knee to the side. And we take it across. Take your arm behind here. So we use the upper body to facilitate the twist. All right, hands under, behind the thigh. Press up through the standing leg. And exhale, hugging back in. And inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, back in Tadasana. That's worth repeating. I'll turn sideways for the second round. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, be back onto the right leg, hugging the knee in. And you can lift the leg without hugging it in. It's perfectly fine. Draw the knee to the side. And exhale, we twist. And then we draw back, woohoo, to center. Clasp the hands behind the thigh. Press out through the foot. Exhale, hugging the knee back in. And inhale, full body. Tall mountain is what I'm trying to say. And exhale, hands down. Take a breath here in Tadasana, stillness and sattva. And we're going to repeat on the left side. Inhale, draw the arms out and up. And exhale, left leg in. Taking it to the side, I'm watching y'all. Like Captain Morgan pose. Exhale, back across. Twisting. Come back to center. Hands behind the thigh. Pressing out through the standing leg. exhale, we hug back in. And inhale, tall mountain. And exhale, hands down. Now let's take standing sideways on your mat if you aren't already. We'll step the feet wide apart. Kick the heels in. Kick the heels in. And then exhale, bend the knees. And straighten the legs. Now look down at your knees as you bend the knees. Make sure they're tractioning out over your toes. Not your toes out here, but your knees are this way. So just make sure you are not overstating. We come back up again. Let's add the arms so we look like a big X. Exhale, bending knees, bending arms. Straightening. Bending. Sitting down, a little deeper, goddess pose. So knees drawing out, four corners of the feet. Great pose for the hips. Great pose for the hips. And you could just strike that in next time you're in a store. You can't really do lion's pose, nobody can see your face. It is fierce. One more breath. Inhale, straightening the legs, straightening the arms. Let's take the hands to the hips. Toe heel in. Feet about hip width apart, a little bit wider, possibly, for Malasana. So inhale, let's take the arms out and up. It's a little easier, I find, to travel through forward fold Uttanasana. Taking the hands down either to the floor or to the block. Turn the feet out again. Turn the feet out again. And then bend the knees. Sitting down into a squat. The squat that's available for your body. Now, as you exhale, we're going to straighten the legs again. And bend them again. We're going to go back and forth. Move at a range that is comfortable for you. We don't spend a lot of times in this pose in our culture, but it is a phenomenal pose for strengthening the ankles and releasing the low back. So as you come into the pose, now we'll stay. I'll turn so you can see me sideways. Maybe the heels can come down. They don't have to come down. That has a lot to do with the length of the Achilles tendon. So, taking the hands forward. So very much like happy baby pose. We can practice happy baby pose. So my knees are outside of my shoulders, outside of my shoulders. Turn the palms out and swim the arms back. Catch your ankles or your heels. And then we bow all the way down to the floor. Garland pose. One more breath. Good choice, Sally. So yeah, sometimes being on the back rather than trying to murder a knee, ahimsa rules. So being on your back is better. Being on the back is better. All right, let's take the hands forward again. And shifting forward so we can come back through Uttanasana, forward fold, which we will transfer into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And letting the knees come down, and we'll come all the way onto our back. So as you come onto your back, we'll take the legs to the sky. Take the arms to the sky too. You know, sometimes sleeping tiger, but we're just going to shake it out. So it'll be like the zebra that didn't get eaten. So shake out the wrists, shake out the legs, shake, 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 shake. And then I'm going to take the arms down and then press up through the heels. This is very easy variation of pretty carny. Let's take the heels wide. Take the heels really wide. And then keep that length of the inseam as you slowly bring the feet back together. Reaching up through the inner heel. The big toe sides are touching. Sattva. Again, calm, peaceful, and ease. Is there strain in the pose? Can you make it without strain? It can be bending the knees and then draw the knees a little closer to the chest so that there is not too much effort in keeping the legs up. One more breath. And let's bend the knees and hug the knees in. And we release to Shavasana. So maybe a blanket under the head, under the legs, setting up in a manner you're very, very comfortable. Again, a sattvic state. You're not too hot, you're not too cold. You can allow your body to release completely. Let there be a sense of the back body cooling onto the mat. Accept the earth's invitation. Let go. Letting the breath soften so that the breath also is in a sattvic state. Calm and easy. Nurturing and supportive. The sensory organs are part of the prana maya level. So as you relax the breath, also relax the eyes, the ears, the tongue, the skin. Relax the mind. The sense of the mind pooling as well. Going deep into the center of your mind. into the stillness. Letting the frontal brain relax. Now let this, which is not your body, not your mind, but that, the seer, the colorless seer, the true nature of you, sense this deep inner state. Now gently begin to deepen your breath without disturbing this deep sense of peace and ease, the sattvic state brought on by your practice. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Bending up your knees. And rocking the knees gently from side to side. Eventually rolling over onto your right side. We roll to the right. One of the many reasons given is because we may have become very sattvic, so sattvic we became tamasic. And so rolling to the right side begins to bring a little bit more activity. You may sense that your right nostril, if not active now, begins to become activated from laying on your right side. Stimulating a little bit more activity, a little bit more awakeness and alertness within. So with the aid of your arms and hands, pressing up into a comfortable seated posture. And then you'll place your hands, creating a little bowl. I'm placing my right hand on top of my left, thumbs meeting, Bhairava or Bhairavi Mudra. Bhairavi and Bhairava is Shakti. That is energy of creation. So this mudra, when we hold it, and as we work with our chakra of creativity, sitting with this mudra can help us bring to mind what we want to give birth to, not literally in terms of children, obviously, but what is within that we want to bring forth. The energy again of Shakti, the female energy of the universe. We are always bringing something forward. When we bring it forward with intention, it has tremendous power, transforming ourselves and everybody else. And then bringing the palms together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. So we are the co-creators of our lives. We are the seer, we are the seen. Namaste.